What is up, gang? I am Deltia from DeltiaFromDeltiasGaming.com here with my quick video on Ricochet, a stamina-based Sorky Porky for the Elder Scrolls Online. So this is going to be a short video. I want to talk about what skills and abilities I'm using, show you a little combat, and talk about the build 1 through 10. I will do a more detailed build 1 through 25 once I get there. I'm level 12, about to be 13 now, and so that way I can get my back bar. So, I've been having fun with this. So I'm using two-hander primarily, then I'm going to go bow. The very first kind of abilities you can get in here are pretty much magicka based. So crystal shards is going to be the one that you slot first, because you can knock them down with this, and it's just basically a magic dump that can stun an enemy. So this is going to prevent you from the enemies getting to you and killing you. So I really like this as the first ability. I don't really take anything else in the skill line for right now except negate magic, which I'm going to morph for the damage reduction. Because it stuns enemies, it's awesome for my primary ultimate. Those are the two abilities I took on here. So in the summoning tree, I am going to take Storm Atronach for my back bar on my bow, and then Unstable Clan Fear. If you take this morph, it's awesome because it gives you 35% max health when it dies or it's expired. So if I unsummon it, that's a massive, massive heal, a third of my health. It takes a couple seconds to summon it, but once it's back up, I can always just click that 5 key real quick. Boom, big massive heal. So that's why I use the Clan Fear. So as a stamina-based build, I can't really heal except for this guy, so I really, really like this. That's the ability I took in there. And then Mage's Fury until I unlock Thundering Presence. This allows you to get tons of armor and spell resistance, and you do shock damage to nearby enemies. So it's basically a good way to have a lot of resistance and just a long duration ability. So this, I don't get the speed of it, but that's okay. I'll show you why in a second. But you can see all my mitigation, it's pretty nasty for a low level character. So my attribute points, I went all into stamina. I need to change my Mundus Stone out. Increased armor is just not going to cut it later on. But I need probably the Warrior once I find that Mundus Stone. I also did get a Wolf Bite at level 10. Because it gives you combat stamina generation by 15. There's no downside to that. And as soon as I hit level 10, I went and bought rings. Level 11 actually rings. Or if you get them just leveling up, that's fine. But then I put the reduced stamina ability cost on here. It makes a huge difference in how much times you can cast. So those are basically the magic / skills that I use. Remember, you want one skill line from each tree on your bar. That way these skill lines level the same. See how they're all 15? That's because I'm always using one. And even the ultimate slot counts as well. So keep that on. And then also Storm Calling, I'm going to want to get to Surge really, really fast. So I'll probably load up this bar with all these abilities, so on turn-ins, I can level it up faster. Alright, went two-hander. Reason why, I love Crit Rush and the Wrecking Blow / uppercut spams. So basically this build, I Crit Rush in, which is going to do damage, automatically crit. That's going to be important later on when it comes to self-healing. Then I use Brawler. It does a couple things. It gives a bleed, does AoE damage, and then also it gives me a bubble that absorbs damage. So it's nice because if I hit a bunch of targets, it prevents me from dying without healing. And so that way I have some sort of protection when I leap in there. And then my single target damage comes from just spamming uppercut over and over and over. It also stuns enemies. So once I get uppercut, I get rid of crystal shards because I have another source of stun. The passive that's really helpful is Balanced Blade. This reduces the cost of two-hander abilities by 10%. I save my skill points for that. Once you get that, it's a huge, huge difference. Okay, so I'm using all medium armor for this build. And the most important passive in medium armor is Windwalker. I went 2 points into this early on because it reduces the cost, increases your generation, and one passive. That's it. One. So Dexterity, I plan to pump this up for crit, but right now it's not that important. Also, I'm going to take the evasion skill on my bow bar, so I get that extra dodge chance from the medium armor. So I went all medium armor for this. A couple other things. The Fighter's Guild ability, Expert Hunter, is going to be really important later on because it gives us that weapon critical. So think about leveling your Fighter's Guild early. Doing dolmens, killing zombies, anything to get that up. Also, I went with a Wood Elf. Wood Elf is amazing for stamina sustained. 21% at endgame. So as you can imagine, that's why I named my character Dodge-Rolling-Diva. And that's just kind of the build. Let me show you combat a little bit as you start progressing in this. First thing I do, get my little crazy man out here, Clan Fear. I'm going to buff up. Then I'm going to charge in. Light attack, Brawler. And then Wrecking Blow. Boom! Stuns them. So I'm using Brawler to get that bubble. Look at my health bar. See my health bar has that purple thing? Bubble. My health isn't moving. Bubble's gone. Cast it again. So Brawler comes in really handy for protection. I'm probably on changing the morph later on in endgame, but for now, it's really good. Wrecking Blow is that. The nice combo with Wrecking Blow is it's a cast, right? So it takes a couple seconds or 1 second, whatever it is, and then you can crit charge to him again. So Crit Rush is automatically going to crit. So it's nice because you can charge in, Brawler, knock them back, and then charge them to get if they're not dead. But Uppercut hits hard. Boom. Yeah, level hype. 2 levels away from my back bar, which is going to be Bow. So that's kind of what I'm doing with this gal. Dodge-Rolling-Diva. Like the hair? Like the hair? Yeah. This is kind of dedicated to Matt and Pink. The lovely ladies of ESO. And then also I got Negate Magic here as my ultimate because it just stuns people. So basically, I mean, you get like, if it's a bunch of mobs or a boss or whatever, you can just sit there, stun lock them, beat on me, they ain't doing anything, they're just hanging out, and before you know it, you've wiped everything, and there's no big deal. Also, on your summon creature, you can hit the Y key and make it attack something. Let me show you. So if we got different targets here, the Y key tells the mob what to hit. See? Wrecking Blow from behind. Boom! So that Y key is going to help you out. By default is Y. You can always change it if you like, but Y is what it starts out as. So half the time I'm fighting world bosses or something, they'll fight this Clan Fear while I'm just beating on them. So really think about taking the Clan Fear. It's one of the best early morphs you can get. 35% healing. It takes aggro off of you. Boom! And then also keep that Thundering Presence up for that extra mitigation. Brawler and uppercuts to protect yourself. And constantly stun targets. If they're stunned, they're not doing anything. Allowing you just to kill them over and over. And that's basically it. So I'll have a way more detailed build on this once I get higher level, 25, roughly around there. So I get a back bar, and then it can start actually, you know, being a build instead of just, you know, a couple buttons type thing. Also, be looking for some Lobby gear. There's a specific set I'm looking for that increases dodge rolling chance. The Crusader. I don't know if it's made at Lobby characters, but if it is, I'll be using that for quite some time, and I'll show you why. Thanks for watching this video. More Stamina Sorc to come. Plan on working it this week. So I should be able to get a 25 build, if not more, out to you soon.